Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Asfranti. I'm from Mulawarman University, major English Literature 2018. So, today in this video, we are going to talk about Edwardian era and the famous author and his works in this era. So, we are going to the next slide. Edwardian era. The Edwardian era, or Edwardian period of British history, spanned the reign of King Edward VII, 1901 to 1910, and is sometimes extended to the start of the First World War. The death of Queen Victoria in January 1901 marked the end of the Victorian era. Her son and successor, Edward VII, was already the leader of a fashionable elite that set a style influenced by the art and fashions of continental Europe. It was a period ushered in by the conclusion of the South African War in 1902 and by the consolidation of Britain's imperial possessions. To some, it seemed to have symbolically closed not with the end of the king's reign, but with the death of Captain Scott and his party in the Antarctic in March 1912, and a month later with the terrible loss of life as the unsinkable Titanic sank in the North Atlantic. The golden age of King Edward's reign was not always an illusion, but it was certainly a reality only for the relatively privileged. In some significant ways, the early years of the 20th century were marked by a triumphant Englishness, or at the very least, by the confident swagger and independence of English architecture and English music. This era was also called the Edwardian novel. In the mainstream English fiction of the early 1900s, the religious doubts of the preceding 20 years and the reaction against Victorian repression and social or familial oppression are gradually marginalized. There remained a pervasive desire to articulate the unsaid and to give voice to formerly silent social group, to women above all, and also to the often conventional, generally ignored petty bourgeoisie. The common man and woman briefly moved to center stage before being ushered off again according to elitist taste of the modernists. Although modernist writing, which has its roots in the early 1900s, looked to formal experiment, to verbal pyrotechnics, to synchronic play, and to the extraordinary in character and expression. More traditional writers, most notably Arnold Bennett and H. G. Wells, developed existing lines of storytelling and diachronic movement in order to delineate the ordinary. And the next, the famous author and his works from Herbert George Wells was an English writer, prolific in many genres. He wrote dozens of novels, short stories, and works of social commentary, history, satire, biography, and autobiography. His work also included 2 books of recreational war games. Wells is now best remembered for his science fiction novels and is often called the father of science fiction, along with Jules Verne and the publisher Hugo Gernsback. The famous work from H. G. Wells is The Time Machine. This work is generally credited with the popularization of the concept of time travel by using a vehicle and device to travel purposely and selectively forward and backward through time. And the second one from Arnold Bennett was an English author best known as a novelist. He was a prolific writer between the start of his career in 1898 and his death. He completed 34 novels, 7 volumes of short stories, 13 plays, and a daily journal of more than 1,000,000 words. He wrote articles and stories for more than 100 different newspapers and periodicals, worked in and briefly ran the Ministry of Information in the First World War and worked for the cinema in the 1920s. The Card is a comic novel written by Arnold Bennett in 1911. It was later made into a 1952 movie starring Alec Guinness and Petula Clark. Like much of Bennett's best work, it is set in the Potteries district of Staffordshire. It chronicles the rise of Edward Henry, Machin, from washerwoman's son to mayor of Bursley. This is accomplished through luck, initiative, and fear, bit of cheek or chutzpah. The next is the poetry from this era. The verse of the younger generation of poets was a distinctly diverse kind, ranging from the often raucous balladry of Kipling to the vivid, adjectival experiments of French-inspired decadence and the poised lyricism of the Rhymers Club. The famous work and the author is from Alfred Edward Husman, published only 2 volumes of verse in his lifetime. Most of Husman's poetry is closely related to the form and the often tragic or elegiac mood of the traditional ballad. Husman himself maintained that he was also working under the influence of Shakespeare and of the folkslied poetry of Heinrich Heine. The 63 poems assembled as the loose sequence entitled A Shropshire Lad show a scrupulous avoidance of richness and archness, though no attempt is made to represent them that as the conventions of a rustic accustomed to his regional idiom. The poems are various in subject, setting, and speaker, but they are linked by repeat themes and by glancing references to Shropshire, place names, and landscapes. So this is the picture of Alfred Edward Husman and his work entitled A Shropshire Lad. So that's my explanation about Edwardian era. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you can learn something from my explanation. I'm sorry for any mistake that I made. See you next time, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.